Hiya, welcome to our first podcast.
Hello, everyone.
We're doing podcasts, Lee.
I know. Who'd have thought,
It's gone from backyard vlogs,
Yes.
really.
Yep.
Backyard vlogs to backroom
Yeah, when the weather was a bit...
vlogs, when the weather were a bit iffy. And now
We've
we're
gone
we're
podcasters.
podcasting from our very own living room.
Yeah, I know.
You could have tidied up a bit.
Well,
What
nobody's
will
going to
people think
see,
when
will
they...
they?
Well, they can't see it, can
No,
they?
they can't.
So anyway, listen. Before we go any further, welcome genuinely to Frank and Lee's Lancashire Walks podcast, number one.
Yeah.
Now,
One of how many, we don't know.
well, I mean, let's be honest. If it's not much good, it probably...
This may just be us listening to it.
Well, it probably will be just you and me, won't it? For prosperity years from now, we can probably say, here, do you remember when we did them podcasts?
And that'll be me, that.
Oh, they were good. But anyway, yeah, we just thought we'd try a little something different for you, all to listen to, hopefully to try and lift your spirits. And, it's just, we're all sort of like stuck at the moment in things that we can do and places we can go. But this was an idea that we've thought about for quite a while, because it saves you poor people having to stare at my ugly mug. No, please.
I think people like them.
I don't want you patronising. Well, go on then, you can patronise if you like. No, what we wanted to do was do these short little podcasts. They won't be long. 15, 20 minutes to start with, just to see how they go. Because ideally, as I say, if nobody's interested in them, then we probably won't do any more. But it was just a way of speaking to you all and saying thanks for getting on board and all that, and hopefully telling you a little bit about what we do and how we got started and some of the things that we do. And it's funny because, and Lee will jump in occasionally and speak.
When I can get a word in.
Well, there's no need for that, is there? I mean, some clever editing on your part, and you may...
I could just cut myself in, couldn't I?
You could just... Yeah, what's it called now? I mean, it's interspersing
Is
or
it
something.
splicing or something
I
like
read that in a book. Interspersing.
That have pictures in it.
Yes. Also, people who have followed our vlogs will know that I ramble from time to time, and I don't just mean around the country in my walking boots and backpack. I tend to start a conversation and then I go off somewhere,
Yeah,
and then
you
eventually...
disappear, don't you, for a little wander somewhere else?
I do, and then like a little bell rings in my head and I think, oh, hold on a minute, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be talking to you about something else. Anyway, first question. How did Lancashire Walks with Frank and Lee come about? Well, we've been together a long time now, haven't we?
We have a long time.
No, don't say it like
No,
that.
I don't. When I say it like that, I don't mean it like that.
That sounded like a prison sentence. We've been together about 13 years as a couple. We've only really been doing this walking lark for around about 5 years now. We did walk before then,
We've always walked, but not going out for a purposeful walk.
No, because
You know what I mean?
I walk for a living anyway, because
Yeah.
I'm a postman, aren't I?
You are.
Here in Preston.
You're a key worker.
Well, I don't know about a key worker. I've never been much good with keys. I keep losing them. But no, I've been a postman for 25 years, and so the walking side of it came naturally to me. And same from when I was a kid. There's never been a car in our house.
No, same as us. Walked everywhere. Buses.
Yeah. So both of us come from backgrounds where there wasn't really any vehicles and nobody drove or anything like that. So whenever we went anywhere, it was like public transport or, the generosity of somebody else who might have had a car.
Yes. Or the old Shanks pony.
And when we got together, there wasn't any sort of long-term ideal as to what we wanted to do. And I say about 5 years ago, we've always enjoyed going out walking, visiting places. And how Lancashire Walks came about was probably more by accident than anything else.
Yeah.
It wasn't something
It
that
wasn't planned, was it?
Oh No, I mean, there wasn't a conscious decision to create something, but it just started off as, I thought, a bit of a personal blog, didn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, we'd go out somewhere, we'd go for a bit of a walk, and we'd put a few pictures on Facebook, and our friends would say, oh, that's nice, where you've been and all that, where is this, type of thing. So the idea of the group came about after we got lost in a field, didn't we?
Yes, I remember that one very well.
Yeah, all right. Don't have to say with such disappointment in your voice.
Seems like such a long time ago.
I was convinced I knew where we were going. I was absolutely...
Looking back, it's very funny.
Well, yes. I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't
Possibly
it?
not at the time. I may have been laughing inside at the time, but I certainly didn't show it.
No, it's one of those things when I had a bit of a rough idea where we were going, but the thing about walking is if you go too far one way, left or right or whatever, you can be miles out in no time. And we were walking from Galgate to Glasson Dock, or Cockerham, weren't we? Was it Cockerham and Glasson Dock?
Yeah.
And we suddenly, or I'd sort of like, I'd looked at the maps, but not the Ordnance Survey. This was before we started following the real routes. I'd sort of seen it on the Google map, and I'd sort of thought, right, well, we go this way. But of course, that you had to try and remember in your head because you didn't have the facility to check on a Google map while you're out. You can now on your phone and everything, and
thank God you can now.
well, yes, but we'd set off from Galgate. We crossed the Lancaster Canal, and then we went off through a field and over a hill. And when we got over the top of the hill, the vista in front of us, the view wasn't what I was expecting it to be. So I suppose I knew at that stage, hey, up, we've gone the wrong way here. But we carried on, didn't we?
We did.
And by hook and by crook, we ended up in Cockerham, which is near Glasson Dock. But I think we sort of like decided that day, or I think Lee decided that day, that we can't just keep chucking and chancing it, can we? I mean, you can't just assume you're going the right way.
You've got to have some kind of form, haven't you, that you're working towards? Because you can't just wander about willy-nilly. Well, you can if that's your
you can
thing.
wander about,
you know. But if you want to, like we do now, we go out and we photograph stuff. There's got to be some kind of plan.
Yeah, because this was way before we were going out and documenting where we were going.
Yeah.
But we were still going out and doing walks, and I think that's the first time that we really got lost, and we suddenly decided that we're going to have to do this properly.
Yeah.
And so when we decided that we're going to do it properly, then I think it was still Lee's idea more than mine that, oh, let's share this, let's make a little group, and because there were a lot of people interested in what we were doing and where we were going. So we decided to make a group, and then we had to decide sort of like where we were going to go. We couldn't, even though we're based in Preston and we live in Preston, it couldn't have been Frank and Lee's Preston Walk because...
But it lasted very long, would it really?
Well, we've pretty much done it, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've walked Preston to death. And then we decided, would it be Lancashire? And I think that's something that we agreed on. But then anybody looking at the county map of Lancashire these days will realise that Lancashire isn't a terribly big place anymore. So we went with the idea that we would go with the pre-1974 County Palatine map of Lancashire, which we have on the banner of our group on Facebook. So that's the sort of area that we like to cover, simply because it gives us more scope to go and visit places and do what we do. And then we sort of thought, well, how are we going to do this? So like anything else, the walks that we do involve us sitting down and obviously we plan where we're going before we go now. thankfully. We still make mistakes.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everything we do works wonderfully well. It doesn't sometimes.
No.
We've been known to take the wrong route.
We've stood there and thought, this doesn't look right. Get the map out. And thank God for GPS.
Yes, because what we tend to do is we'll create a map on the Ordnance Survey, and then that can be sent to Lee's mobile phone. So we already have a route that we've made at home on the PC. We sort of know where we're going, because when when you're out there and you bring it up onto your phone, you can follow the red line or the route that you're going, and if you go off route, then if you look at your map, it'll tell you you're off route. And all you have to tend to do is aim for the red line.
Yeah, for the arrow to go back on. Although, you can go off, like, if you're not on the phone and you keep on wandering, it doesn't notify you that you're off route.
No, one of the things I've always thought about the Ordnance Survey app on your phone is, if you're using it, I mean, we tend to have a rough idea where we're going anyway, but there are occasions when I'll say to Lee, get your phone out.
Yeah, this doesn't look familiar.
Because I'm not quite sure we're going the right way. And sometimes we can be way off where we're supposed to be. Because when you see the finished walks that I put on a Monday, that's the finished item. That's everything cut down and edited, and we don't add the mistakes.
All the dodgy bits have gone.
Oh, no. We don't want to send you up lanes and over hills and into fields where we've got it wrong. So when we put a walk on, that, as I say, that's the finished item along with the photographs which Lee adds, and you're getting the finished and edited walk as it should be. But because you get the finished edited version, we actually have to go out and walk and do the walk first, and it's good that we do.
Yeah.
You know, I've often thought, well, can I just do it from a map? Can I sit here and direct people and say, you should go here or go there? Or our idea is to not send people anywhere where we wouldn't go.
No.
So, like I said, when you look on the list of walks that we've got now, and I think it's approaching 140 at the moment.
It's a good hefty amount that's in there.
It is a good hefty amount. It's a good body of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work in there.
And I sometimes think to myself, wow, have we created all that? And we have. And a lot of hard work and dedication goes into it. But therein lies the enjoyment within the group. When we started in October 2017 with the group, because we've been going just a little over 3 years now, I don't think we ever envisaged that so many people would get on board.
No.
I mean, we do have over 700 members in the group. And some of them interact on a regular basis, and that's great, and we love it. We love the interaction. We love to see people's photographs. We love to see your walk and where you've been and all that. And that goes alongside some members who joined who you never hear from. But that's fine, because
some people just like to come on, have a bit of a nosy, don't they? And
some people like to see what we've done, where we've been. They don't have to comment. They don't have to put the pictures on. We as admins can see that people come in and have a look, so we know who's looking and who's not looking. And we just say, if you'd like to come along and have a look, you don't even have to join the group. There are members that come along, or sorry, they're not members, there are people that come along, have a look at what we do. And I've had people speak to me and said, oh, I've been having a look at your group, and I might join. I said, well, that's up to you. I mean, at the end of the day, people can join. The only reason to join is so that you can add your own comments, you can put your own pictures on, and you
just interact with other members.
You can interact, and you can comment on other people's pictures and walks. But what I'm saying is, when we first started over 3 years ago, I don't think either myself or Lee would imagine that many people would be interested.
No.
And it's nice that they are. It's nice that people come on and have a look at what we do, and we do appreciate it. It's nice to have so many people coming and looking and interacting.
Yeah, that have seen it and thought, oh, that looks interesting. They've joined off that, you know.
Well, the thing is, before I started our group, I knew there were other people online. I knew there were other groups online, but I wanted to do something that was very, very simple and easy to follow. I didn't want to complicate it. I didn't want to be selling people maps or get this or get that. I would never, ever dream of charging anybody a penny for what we do.
Because we've seen a few, if that's what people want to get out of it, that's entirely up to them.
Well, there are people that would like to do what they do and find a way of financing themselves in what they do. And if that's your thing, fine. You know, I mean, that's no problem to us at all. That is the way you go, as this is the way we go. I've had people say, why don't you do like a YouTube thing? We're not really into YouTube, although we have a lot of friends who have their own channels on YouTube.
And they're great.
They're all fantastic.
Yeah,
they're really,
but there's a
really
lot of
great.
dedication and a lot of time.
There's a lot
we
more.
spend a lot of time doing the walks, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So
There is a lot involved in YouTube and channels, and and people would love to go, I think, and try and do it more on a full-time basis rather than a hobby. But some people equally have to work alongside doing what they do to actually finance the trips out, to make their videos worthwhile and the content on their videos worthwhile. And I was saying, we do follow some great characters. We'll mention in future podcasts. We will do a podcast just about the people that we're following on YouTube, because there's some great people out there all doing some wonderful things. That's the beauty of YouTube.
Very diverse, isn't it? You can.
Well, the thing about YouTube is you type in what you want to see, what you want to follow. And I think the good thing is it's tailored then. It's tailored to what you want to be watching. You put the telly on at night, you're watching what's on the telly.
Yeah.
Unless it's, you know, some kind of subscription thing which you wanted to watch. But YouTube is dedicated, or you can type in exactly what you're interested in.
What you want to watch, when you want to watch it.
And to me, we have a TV. How many televisions have we got in this house and they're never on? We don't watch telly, do we?
2 TVs.
Is there? Look at me, I don't know how many tellies we've got in my house.
I think there's actually 3. I tell a lie. There might be 3.
Somebody could nick one, couldn't they? You could nick one of my tellies and I wouldn't know how many I've got.
I should know, because I dust them, don't I?
You dust them occasionally,
I think there's
Lee.
3. What do you mean? Oh, occasionally.
Have we got 3 tellies?
We've got 3 TVs,
We had 2 a minute ago.
Yeah, but we've got 3. I've
Have we
just
got another
remembered
one
another
now?
one. Yeah.
Where is it? Right, don't tell me where it is. Let me just discover it one day as I wander through the house and go, oh, there's a telly there. Getting back to what, see, I told you I rambled. Getting back to what I was saying about the building of the group and how Lancashire Walks came about. Myself, I'm a Lancashire lad. I was born and raised in Preston. Lee was born in Cornwall in Leicestershire. She was raised in Edinburgh. Yeah. And then returned to Cornwall in Leicester. So she's not really a Lancashire lass, but she's an adopted Lancashire lass now.
Yeah, I am now, yeah.
And she does throw herself into everything that we do in the cause for the Lancashire Walks. And like I say, she walks by my side every step of the way on the walks, along with giving me and all you other members some wonderful imagery. Her photographs, they're amazing. They realise she doesn't know how good she is, and I know I'm saying that as she sat across.
That's the money sliding across.
That's the money sliding across. Oh, what of that dodgy Scottish money?
Hey, none of that. Legal tender, I'll have you know.
But what I'm saying is, and I'm sure many members will agree, and a lot have said that the imagery and the photographs that Lee take, they're absolutely fabulous, and they do help with the walks. Side by side, I wouldn't want to just write a commentary like I do every week without any imagery for you. So it works.
Yeah.
The Frank and Lee thing works because we work as a team.
Yeah, I would get people lost. If I was to write directions up for people, I would get them lost. So I'll stick with the arty-farty side of taking the nice photographs. You do all the in-depth detail.
Well, you see, as I say, in that context, it does work, and it's good that it does.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, you've been given the background now as to the reason why it's Lancashire and it's pre-1974, because it gives us really more scope. There are a few areas that we've still got to reach to, but we will try.
Yeah.
There's places up in Barrow-in-Furness and beyond that way, and there's also 1 or 2 places in the Forest of Bowland that we will endeavour to get to. I think we've done okay. I think if you look at the body of work that we've put on over the last 3 years, as I say, you're talking nearly 140 walks with a new one going on every Monday. And what I'm saying is, the walks that we put on are just a fraction of the walks that we've actually done. We will have topped over 500 walks since we started doing the proper walking.
Yeah. And there's some that you think, we've done it and then thought, I wouldn't send anybody on that. That won't make the cut.
Oh yeah, I mean, if we do a walk and we think it's not going to work, it doesn't go on. It doesn't go on. So I just don't write it up, and then occasionally I'll find a folder of photographs and I'll think, oh, I've got that one to write up and that one to write up. I was speaking the other day, since they announced the latest lockdown that we're in January 2021, and it has stopped a lot of people being able to go out there and travel to places that they want to because of the restrictions. And I've had people say, oh, well, that's you now. You're stuck now. But the thing is, we've done that many walks, and I've got 30 on the go at the moment. I'm currently writing up 30 walks as I speak to you now in January 2021. That if we never go out for the next 6 months...
We're okay.
All right. And to be honest, even further, I with our back catalogue of walks that we have actually done, I could be busy this time next year, hopefully. We will all get out again, and we will
back to what we do.
Get back to enjoying ourselves and spending time with people and enjoying our hobbies. I'm gonna wrap it up there for this. This was just a test podcast. We wanted to try it for you and just see how it was received, and we hope that it's given you a little bit more background into what we do, and a little bit more background into ourselves as people. It's been nice to sit and talk to you. I know I've spoken to you before, where you've just heard Lee's voice from behind the camera. You're still only hearing her voice.
Well, yeah.
But hopefully this has been a bit more balanced, where Lee gets to talk to you a little bit more than she usually does.
Yeah. Normally stop behind the camera, filming yours truly.
Well,
and you do a good job in front of the camera.
Yes, but as my mother always used to say, you've a face for the wireless. I'm not a looker. So anyway, hopefully this has put a smile on your face and lifted your spirits a little bit in these difficult times. We're going to try and do one a month for you. And our next podcast, we're going to look at some of the areas that we've covered, some of the walks that we've done, some of our favourites, and some that we thought, oof, maybe we shouldn't have done that one.
Yeah.
Some of our failures.
Oh, yeah.
Where trips have been taken and tumbles have been had.
Yeah.
And that's all to come. And as I say, we just wanted to try this for you and see if you enjoyed it. And I hope you do.
Yeah.
Because I like yapping, don't I?
Oh, yeah, you love yapping, you. Yeah.
And it's just...
I'm not that I'm saying anything,
but I actually just realised what you said then. I could be offended.
You were like,
you know.
oh yeah.
I'm not made of wood, Lee. I'm not made of wood. Made of mud. I got it wrong after just 20 odd minutes before my first. It won't be edited.
No, it won't.
No.
It's warts and all.
No, warts and all. Anyway, listen, it's been nice to speak to you all. I hope you've enjoyed this little podcast, and I hope you'll listen to any future ones that we do. As I say, we hope you all stay safe and take care. Yeah. And please let us know what you think. Even if you didn't like this, you can say, we didn't like it. You're allowed your opinion. You'll be...
Yeah, we'll just sit and
you'll
cry.
You'll be blocked.
But, we're very sensitive,
Oh, shush, we're not.
No, we're not. No, you're free to come along and give any, kind of... No, well, criticism, yeah. how we could make it better, or
Stop
whether
speaking.
you enjoyed it.
That might help, might it?
Oh,
Matron.
harsh.
Harsh indeed. Anyway, listen, we've enjoyed it. It's been nice to come and speak to you, and we hope to be able to speak to you again real soon. From Frank and Lee,
It's bye for now.
bye for now.